Welcome to Unfiltered. I'm going to start out with some announcements tonight, some Cheshire TV announcements. Unfortunately, tonight's show, we're going to start something new. My operator has a list of people that we'll get through, and everybody else will have to leave your question or your comment, and I'll answer them all at one time at the end of the show. Another interesting thing, February 10th at 9 a.m., Saturday, February 10th, on Cheshire TV, the live school district meeting concerning the budget will be aired. We'll be going down and film that, 9 to about noon, thereabouts. Big announcements. My new shows. I plan by the end of February to have 2 more shows on Cheshire TV. I'm going to, right now, looking for 2 contestants to participate in the pilot episode of my game show. It's going to be called Who Said? And it will, the contestants will have to outguess each other on who said different quotes. My other show will be a daily, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. show, news commentary show. And I'm hoping to start that within the next 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens. But I've made my mind up, and I'm going to do them no matter how long. I may move a bed right here into the studio. Some news. And this one, I wanted to talk about this in my opening. And Andrea gave me this news story. I was watching Glenn Beck the other night, and he was talking about the group of National Guardsmen in Arizona, stationed down there to protect the border from illegal immigrants. They were approached by a band of immigrants carrying automatic weapons, dressed in body armor, and the National Guard did what they were ordered to do. They pulled back to a safer location. They didn't even take away the guns. So, and this news story is about the 7 tunnels under the U.S. and Mexico border that remain open. They blocked the entrances. And they say that smugglers are using the concrete that they've blocked the entrances with. They're breaking it out and using it to reinforce new tunnels. So apparently it's going to cost $2.7 million to completely fill the tunnels, and they're trying to figure out how they can do that. So I don't know. The illegal immigration, you either want to keep them out of the country or you don't want to keep them out. And you shoot them. That is the answer. If they come across the border, you shoot them. You lay their bodies on the border. Don't build a fence. Build a fence with their bodies. And then people eventually will think, if we go in, we'll get shot. Because if you heard that every time somebody walked into Walmart, the manager sat upstairs in the back and shot everybody as they came through the door, would you go to Walmart? Probably not. All right. That's all I got to say. You either want to keep them out or you don't want to keep them out. Make up your mind and stop jerking us around. We're tired of hearing the arguments for and against. You just stop wasting our money and do something about the problem. All right. There's another little problem. The whole terrorist watch, the elevated alerts and stuff. Boston experienced it yesterday when people discovered these little electronic boxes flashing a picture of a little guy with his middle finger up. But it turned out to be Turner Broadcasting, who is a division of Time Warner and parent company of the Cartoon Network. And they were plugging a show called Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Now, if you've never seen this, it's a brilliant cartoon. It's on at like 2 in the morning, and it features a talking milkshake, box of fries, and a meatball. And they all talk, and they have little adventures. And in my younger days, I actually saw stuff like that happen. I don't know. Not lately, but apparently it's a big hit. The devices were in 9 other cities, and there were no complaints from any other cities except Boston. So whether that's a good thing and people are more vigilant in Boston, or I don't know. Sad news this week. Sidney Sheldon died. The headline says author Sidney Sheldon dies at 89, but he wrote romance novels, for one thing. Sold probably billions of copies. But he wrote I Dream of Jeannie and a bunch of sitcoms on TV. He was involved with Broadway. A lot of his novels became television miniseries. And at 17, in 1934, he decided to go to Hollywood. And the only job he could find was a reader of prospective film material at Universal Studios for $22 a week. And he wrote one of his screenplays while he was there, and he sold it for $250. After the war, he went to New York and did a bunch of Broadway stuff, and his Broadway success took him back to Hollywood. And I kind of like this little paragraph. It says, while under contract to MGM, he recalled in 1982, I worked like hell and I never stopped. Dory Sherry, then production head, one day looked at the list of MGM projects. I had written 8 of them, more than 3 other writers put together. That afternoon, he made me a producer. So he was an incredible man, and I remember seeing his name, especially at the end of I Dream of Jeannie. And I believe he created it and wrote it. So that's all I've got for recent news. My flashback news back in '77. This week, the medical struggle to save comedian's life fails, and Freddie Prinze died at the age of 22. He was on life support for 33 hours after he put a .32 caliber bullet in his head with his manager looking on. His best friend, singer Tony Orlando, and his co-star from Chico and the Man, Jack Albertson, gave the eulogies. He said he was despondent over his breakup of his 15-month marriage, and he had recently gotten arrested for driving under the influence of tranquilizers. So that was sad. He was a great comedian, and another one that died far before his time. This is awards week, and in 1977, the Golden Globe Awards were held in Hollywood, and A Star is Born won Best Motion Picture Comedy or Musical. It starred Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson. They both won awards for best performances. The song Evergreen from the movie was also won an award. Here's some things that kind of struck a note. Rocky, the original Rocky with Sylvester Stallone, was named Best Motion Picture Drama in 1977. Jessica Lange and Arnold Schwarzenegger were honored for the best acting debuts. And Jessica Lange starred in King Kong, and Arnold Schwarzenegger starred in Stay Hungry. That year, ABC won 7 out of the 9 television awards. Rich Man, Poor Man, Book 1. Other winners were Barney Miller, was the best comedy. Eleanor and Franklin as the best motion picture. And Henry Winkler won the award for his role in Happy Days as Fonzie. CBS got 1 award with Carol Burnett, and NBC made the list with Richard Jordan. He was named Best Actor in a Dramatic Series for Captains and Kings. So that wraps up the entertainment world in '77. Let's do this one first, because tomorrow's a big day. Groundhog Day, that's right. And 1977, Groundhog saw his shadow, disappeared. 6 more weeks of winter. And it was cold that winter. Here's some serious ones. Actually, I'll do this one first. Because I don't know if my two college camera guys know what the enrollment was for the college this semester. But 1977, 2,424 students enrolled at Keene State College. So I imagine it's probably tripled, quadrupled, or even grown by 10 times that now. Now we'll get to the serious stuff. 77, the United States leads high arms sales. Said world arms sales have reached the greatest level in history, and the government says the United States leads the pack. Says the nations of the world spent $340 billion on arms in 1975. And international trade in conventional arms is flourishing, the report said. A primary concern is the degree to which weapon transfers may increase regional tensions and the likelihood of open war. They were right. Imagine that. Says the sharpest increase in arms expenditures was in the Middle East, where an average of 13% of the national product was spent on arms. So they were stocking up for just this very thing. The saddest thing I found this week in my research was girl was Prince fan. She shoots herself and dies. This was a 13-year-old girl, an 8th grader, intelligent and shy. She said she did not want to live in a world without Freddie Prinze. And within hours after Prinze was buried, she put a pistol to her head and pulled the trigger. She said she wanted to be buried near or as close to Freddie as she could. So that was really sad. And on the same page, right next to it, there's one from Lansing, Michigan. Handicapped strippers get help. It says Michigan labor officials have taken on the responsibility of deciding whether a Grand Rapids, Michigan adult theater will have to provide ramps and special dressing rooms for handicapped strippers. You know, I guess they applied for the license and they were turned down because the dressing rooms were not handicapped accessible. Personally, I like my strippers with legs. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. There's another one I found funny. Woman convicted of murder released from prison to care for Amy Carter. A lady named Mary Fitzpatrick was released from a life prison term at President and Mrs. Carter's request. And she began life at the White House as a nanny and a maid. It says here that White House officials said she will become a $6,004 a year member of the resident domestic staff. So $6,000 a year. The funniest thing about this story, the lady was black. And that kind of struck a chord with me because here was a hardcore Southern peanut farming president, and what does he get for a maid? A black woman. So, I don't know, it didn't make any sense until I saw it in the paper, and I went, you know, that was strange. And I don't recall any really people upset about it back then. So, that's Flashback, and here we go into Mike Plasto Says. February 1st of 1977, I thought this was perfect. Does Keene have a weak city council or a strong city council? Some people don't know and have to learn the hard way. What I'm referring to, of course, is the recent situation where our city manager purchased a piece of equipment for some $65,000 without council approval after making numerous and expensive repairs. As a businessman, I couldn't have things like this going on in any of my businesses. So as a taxpayer, I ask you, how much longer can we afford to have this kind of wild spending going on in our city government? The question comes down to whether we have a strong city council or a weak city council. I'll put my money on the fact that we have a strong city council. And to answer your question about how long can we let this kind of spending go on, Mr. Mayor? 30 years at least, right? Because we're still spending like it's there. Let's see, where am I at? Crew call, I guess. we're ready for crew call. We're ready for crew call. On crew call, we have camera 2. We have Eric. He's back again, one of the regulars. It is good to have him back. Camera 1, we have our resident clown, it seems. We have Ben. He's always cutting it up over here in the shadows. So if you hear laughter, it's probably Ben doing something. On camera 3, we have Mike, who's back. And standing next to Mike, we have Ryan as our floor director. And we'll go out. Let's get a shot into the office if we can and get Lisa for the first time. Lisa, our phone person, is out in the office. It's good to have her here every week taking care of the phone calls for us. And in the booth, we have usual crew, Bruce and Jane and Andrea. How's things going, Bruce?
Everything's going pretty good right now, Rick. How you doing tonight?
Not bad. It's been a while since we had the mic in there, huh?
Yeah, voice of God, Mike hadn't been working all that well recently, but we got it hooked up again, and hopefully we're going to use it.
Yeah, we'll get everything down. Everything's finally coming together. Really good.
We're having fun with it.
Yes.
So, awesome.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Let's get on with the show, I guess, and introduce my guest. My guest tonight, I feel honored because he's a man that I look up to. He's a father, family man, one of the hardest working men I know. He's the director of operations here at Cheshire TV, Lee Perkins.
How are you, sir?
Lee.
This feels weird out here.
Does it?
I've seen it from in there so many times. But I got to tell you, I would love to get my hands on some of that $22 a week Sidney Sheldon money. That's a hard-working man. I'd like to have some of that cash.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's probably just about what you make here. I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. I'm jealous. I'd like to have a little piece of that action.
Well, you mean more than what he had?
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
send it.
We
Write a
have
check.
to get people
put it
to
in the mail.
donate.
Send it to me.
Last week, I think I screwed up my ending again and got cut off. Credit started to roll right when I was in the middle of plugging for cash for the station.
Oh, okay. Well, you can do it anytime you want.
But, yeah, well,
you can come in and we can cut like a 30-second promo where you just say, "Hi, I'm Rick. Send money."
That's good, and they might.
You never know.
Maybe I promised to get off the air. People would send money. They'll say, "Look, Johnny Damon cut his hair for big money. Maybe I should do that."
Are you suggesting that if a company would sponsor this channel, that you would cut your hair?
I'm talking a major sponsorship, though. I ain't talking no $1,000 crap.
Let's talk business. We'll forget these people are out here watching, and we'll just talk you and I.
$15,000
for $5,000.
donation.
If somebody donated $5,000 to Cheshire TV, you'd get a haircut on the air, live.
The stylist of my choice. I mean, and I have.
I know who your choice
I
would
have
be.
my stylists.
Yeah.
So
okay. Wow.
It would be better for 10 grand.
Sure.
Or 20 grand.
Rick, don't do it, man. Don't do it.
How about this? How about for 10 grand, you only have one half of your head cut, and for 5 grand, the whole thing.
No.
Just the front half or the back half.
That'll get me 10 grand.
I
think that's a great
wear
idea.
a tie for 5 grand.
Well, I would wear a tie for 500.
All right. Now, let's not stoop to that level. There's one question.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been hanging around here, what now?
Since
6
August?
months, maybe?
Yeah.
7 months. And it's been something that people have asked me, and I've been wanting to ask you. Boxers or briefs?
I'm not going to answer that.
All right. You didn't see that one coming, though, did you?
No, I never see them
I
coming
spent
from
all
you.
week trying to figure out what I was going to throw at you that you would not see coming.
No, no.
So.
Commando, how's that?
It works. It works. Did you hear about the Hubble? This week there's a story about the Hubble telescope being broke again. They're going to have to send somebody up to fix it. And it's weird.
Are the
I
lights
don't know
flashing?
what is going on. Can somebody touch the button on
It's
I
freaking
believe
me out a
it's
little
channel
bit.
5 on the light board. We're getting a little.
Please donate money so
out
we can
here.
pay the electric bill and keep the lights on. Okay, I'll pretend it's not happening.
Yeah, it's
It
just
doesn't bother
something.
me.
It's a weird, freaky effect we're doing.
I do want to ask a favor, though.
All right, yeah.
I know that you're trying to do a different thing with the phones. Okay?
All right.
I know that you're trying to keep the clowns and the boneheads off your show.
Well, if you're not responsible enough to use a phone,
I agree.
then, you know.
I would like nothing more, though, than to say to those people when they call, you know, if you're going to act like that, don't bother. You know.
Well, the other notion is
I would
that
love to be
it
able to answer
interrupts so
questions.
much. It interrupts so
yeah,
much.
I agree.
you
I don't
know.
have anything to say, though.
You've got a ton to say. Oh, man.
Yeah, the education system, taxes,
And we're doing the school board thing
funding.
next Saturday.
Yeah, very excited about that.
We'll be there.
So can I make an appeal for volunteers on your
By
show?
all means, yes.
Which camera? This one right here?
Number 2, camera
So
2.
yeah, this one. Sorry.
Oh, camera 3.
If you would send us money, we could get little red lights to put above the camera, so we would know which one. It's all about sending the money.
Good point.
Yeah, we're going to start doing the school board meetings starting February 10th, and we will also be doing city council meetings as soon as we possibly can. This is a community television channel, so everybody that you see here, all the crew, they're all volunteers. So in order for us to be able to do the kind of coverage and sporting events and whatever people want to see, we need more volunteers. So if you've ever even had the beginnings of an interest in this, come down. We'll show you how easy it is, and you can help out, and we'll be able to get all that programming on because the community wants to do it.
By God, don't just be a volunteer, become a member.
Oh, well, yeah, become a member. Donate a
Become a
little
member
bit
and
of
volunteer
money.
your
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, become a member. Well, anyone can become a member. You know, it doesn't cost anything to become a member. We want to make sure that anyone who has an interest in this gets a chance to do it. So I don't want to, we did not, in setting up the policies, we didn't want to exclude someone just because not everybody can afford to pay a membership fee. So
Right.
we ask people to make a $25 donation, and those that can't almost always do, and those that can hardly ever do. Some days I feel like publishing a list of those who have donated and those who have not. But
That might be something to do.
but yeah, obviously, you know, I would love for anyone in the community who has any interest whatsoever, and as you well know, their ability to do any of this or their knowledge about television has no impact on
Oh, you don't need to know nothing to come
you
in
don't
here.
need to know anything. We'll teach you everything you need to know.
Oh, man.
I mean, obviously we have the boy wonder, but apart from that, the vast majority of the people that are involving themselves in this don't really have any prior experience, and we offer the training. It's all free. The training is free, membership is free. Obviously, we have a very limited budget, so until the money starts to flow in from community businesses and community deep pockets, you know, our operation will constantly be facing jeopardy. But in the meantime, let's put on television, you know. And I would also like to say, which one? This one again? I would also like to say that if anybody, you gotta quit doing that to me. If you ever see anything on this channel that you don't like, or you think that there's something that should be on the channel, come down. We'll show you how to make it. Because I hear a lot of people say they like certain things. I hear a lot of people say they don't like certain things. And I'm always amazed that people are willing to criticize the hard work that other members of the community are doing to produce programming for no reason other than a passion for it. But they're not willing to come down and produce programming themselves or an opposing viewpoint.
It's a lot of work.
If people think that this is a very liberal-minded, if the programming that they see on my channel is our channel, is extremely liberal-minded, then they can come down and produce some conservative programming. I don't discriminate, you know. I think anybody who wants to.
Am I considered liberal?
I have no
or
idea what you
conservative?
would be considered. I don't know.
I don't know what I am.
Actually, I think that you are conservative.
I think I'm kind of
I
mixed.
think that you're conservative-minded with a liberal attitude. You
like-
have a liberal mouth and a conservative mind.
Like a half-breed.
No, I think that I don't know. Maybe it is perhaps it's how old you are, you know, because sometimes I think that you've just simply reached the age where you're tired of not speaking your mind. Maybe you've been doing this your whole life. I haven't known you forever, but there are an awful lot of people out there who have a lot to say, and they should come in here and say it to the whole community. Stop talking to their neighbors and, you know, themselves, and talk to everybody.
Right. Good point. Man, speaking of talking to everybody, we have Gino on the phone. And
Gino.
Gino is a regular caller
Oh,
to
I
every
know.
show here on
I
Central
know.
TV.
I know. Hi, Gino.
Gino, you're Unfiltered.
Hi, Rick.
How's
Hi,
it going,
Lee.
bud?
I'm jumping the gun, getting an early phone call tonight because I don't want to interrupt Lee. He's energetic and interesting chatter. Caught him on his wife's show. I love that show as well, Choices. And I share his discouragement of the lack of sponsorship by local businesses. Hopefully, can you campaign for that at all? Or I'm hoping it works out. I really do. And but anyways, I'd like to acknowledge Jane giving Bruce rabbit ears. I love that kind of thing. At the beginning of the show, the peace sign behind the guy's head there.
Oh, I think I missed that.
Well, you'll catch it when you see the tape.
Yes, I will.
Another thing, Sammy Hagar at one point, I believe, cut his hair for some kind of charity or money. Or he did it for some reason. He cut his hair for something a few years back. And Rick, I wanted to tell you, if maybe you don't already know, have you ever heard of Sarah Silverman?
Yes.
She's a comedian.
Yes, I've seen her. She's got a new show starting on Comedy Central this week.
Starts tonight at 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I just thought I'd let you know that if you didn't already. I think she's married to Jimmy Kimmel.
Have you seen that Naked Trucker and T-Bone show yet?
Yes, I have. I've caught it.
That's kind of crazy, too.
Yeah, I just caught minutes of it. I haven't watched it in the entirety, but
Yep.
I love Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, she's a cutie and she's very funny.
Yeah, she's married to Jimmy Kimmel, I think, and you know, he's younger and way cuter than me at this point. But I'm just wondering when he gets to be as old as me, if he'll still be able to maintain his spryness and his beauty as I have at my age, you know.
I bet he does.
Well, I wish him luck.
As long as he keeps the trampoline, I bet he'll still get girls on it.
Well, I'll let you go, and I expect a good show with Lee on there.
All right, Gino.
And love it, and I love the choices as well.
Thanks,
all right,
Gino.
have a good night, guys.
Bye, Gino.
Bye.
Isn't that awesome?
I think it's cool you have this big fan base. And obviously, you know, people who've only watched your show once or twice, or even people who watch it on a regular basis, what I would like to tell everybody also is that for the people that call, there are lots of people that are regular viewers that don't call.
Oh, yeah.
I get people that I see people out in the world, and they talk about the stuff they see, and everybody always says the same thing. You know, oh, I've seen Randy and Chris, and then within a few seconds they follow that with it. I've seen that Rick Blood guy too, and a lot of them go, "What's his deal?" But you know, they're watching.
Yeah, keep guessing what my deal is. Someday I'll figure out what my deal is. And but no, I was in the bank one Friday cashing my paycheck.
Yeah.
In my work clothes, of course, and I had an older woman, retired age, elderly woman, touch me on the arm and say, "You look good on TV." I was like, it was one of those days I probably look like hell, you know.
Well, I've seen you when you get home from work. You know, you come by here sometimes on your way out from work,
yeah.
and you don't look like the same person. Sometimes it's a little
I
surprising.
clean up pretty good though.
Yeah.
So, what can you do?
Cut your hair.
I could. $25,000. I'll cut my hair.
See, now that's a lot.
I'll do the whole
That's a
makeover.
lot. There's not a lot of people in town that can afford that kind of money.
I bet, you know, I bet we get Mike to wax his back for $25,000.
Oh man, I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
You told me we could put anything on TV
Hey,
we wanted.
Public access. You can do whatever you want. Let me know when he's finished.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
you
enough,
could
Mike.
get somebody to get the logo tattooed on them on television. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool too.
Yeah. I could probably even find a tattooist to come right in studio and do it. I'm pretty sure I could.
That would be cool.
Or we could do a live spot.
Yeah, we could.
Yep. From Moms. What a great business he's got over there. And he was actually the first tattoo shop in Keene. George, the owner, I met him when he was a guard up in Westmoreland. He at one time was, I believe, the bail commissioner in town.
Okay.
And I never thought I'd ever see a tattoo shop in Keene.
There's more than one though.
Oh, he was the very first one. And once he opened, they just flooded the place.
Yeah. See, I talk to people all the time. I'm not originally from here. I've only lived here for, I think I'm in my 6th year. And, in New England terms, I just got here. So I'm amazed at when people talk about what it used to be like, because all I know is what I've seen, and it's changed a lot in just 5 years.
Keene was a great town. When I was growing up,
Well, it's a great town now.
there were half the people.
Really?
Yeah. We've got traffic problems, and the government's answer to the traffic problems is to build roundabouts and this and that. But they keep putting in new shopping malls. You don't want people to drive on your streets. Don't put anything in your town. Pretty much Dublin will never have traffic problems. Because you'll never see a Walmart in Dublin.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They fight when a gas station wants to come in because it may screw up their little ecological thing, by putting gas tanks underneath the ground. But they've got a beautiful little town, and that's the way they obviously want to keep it, which is what we should have thought in Keene 30 years ago. And said, look, we keep this. The college was half the size it is now.
Yeah, that's when you were talking about that earlier. That's kind of surprising that there was only, what was it, 2,400 people?
2,400 kids.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
I think I went over there this morning to talk to one of the journalism classes, and there had to have been 2,400 just between me and the door, just trying to drive my car through there. And by the way, where do you park? I mean, what is the deal
At the college?
with? Yeah. I just pull into an empty spot and pretend I don't
Take
see
the
any of those
ticket.
giant signs. I've never been given a ticket.
That's
I
funny.
don't
I get
understand where
tickets
I'm
out front of
supposed to
here
park.
all the time.
Well, yeah. You don't put money in the meter, they'll give you a ticket.
Unbelievable. I whip in at lunchtime for 10 minutes. I go out.
You're supposed to put money in the
I
meter.
think there's a little camera thing on there, and the meter maid knows.
You think? No, she just walks back and forth.
Oh, okay. I get it.
But
The whole visibility thing. They see her right around the courthouse all the time, and they know she's working.
yeah,
All right. I get it.
put money in the meter.
I know. I should.
I'm
If
sorry.
some of the money
I know
came to
some of these
Cheshire
problems
TV.
are hard to solve.
If some of the money would come to Cheshire TV, that would be a
That'd be
different story.
great.
I'd gladly plug it every time I pulled in here.
Yep, that would be great.
But
Yeah,
We
we
should
can't
see
stress
about
we
that.
can't stress enough that we need money here.
when we get a bigger building, maybe we need a full parking lot.
Maybe I should explain for those people who don't watch Choices, because I talked about it on Choices a little bit.
That's what I wanted to say. Gino, I got to hand it to Gino. He's not one of these guys that just watches now and then.
Yeah.
Gino watches, I bet, every show, every time.
Oh, that's cool. Like I said,
And-
I'm always pleased and amazed when I hear people talking about the stuff that they watch, because although I have absolutely no control over what goes on, I put on everything that's brought in.
Right.
Once I've seen some stuff, I mean, some things I look at it and go, nobody wants to watch that.
Right.
Or I shouldn't even say that, because I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that people will tell me that they were flipping through the channels. I guess that's just not how my habits go, and maybe I'm just narrow-minded enough to not understand other people's habits. I know what I'm going to watch, when it's on. I use a DVR so that I don't have to watch the commercials. I start hour-long shows at 20 minutes after the hour, and I get back 20 minutes of my life. I don't have a lot of time to watch TV. And somebody asked me earlier today, I think, if I ever watched a show called Dirty Jobs. And I said no. It was between that and Mythbusters, and I watched Mythbusters.
yeah.
I don't have time to watch both. But people say, well, I was flipping through the channels on my way to watch something else, which I don't get, because if you know what channel it's on, you just punch in the number.
Yep.
But I guess people just like to climb through the channels. I
The
keep doing this
surfing
with my
thing,
hand.
Yeah.
And they see something on channel 8 and they stop, and then they watch it. And then sometimes I get these weird phone calls where somebody will say, yes, hi, I was watching your channel and I saw a show and it had a dog in it and I would like to watch it again. What's it called? And I think, well, gosh, I don't know. I don't have any idea what has a dog in it and what doesn't, but keep
There's probably
watching
at
and
least a
it's bound to
couple.
come around again, I mean, that's the cool thing. If you miss it the first time around, we're still running this show called Loose Change that I got back in
And that's a
July.
fantastic show.
July, and I'm still running it. Every time I pull it off the schedule, people call to complain.
And,
Which,
yeah.
again, I just scratch my head and think, if you like it that much and you want to watch it over and over, you
And
could
people
tape it.
study that show.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true. But I mean, like I said, I don't have any say in what goes on the air. But about the money thing, in case people are wondering, our funding comes. I have to do this.
No,
the funding
do.
comes from. No, I'm not going to talk to the camera. I'm going to talk to him. The funding comes from cable television bills. Basically, everybody who has cable TV pays a very small public access fee. And way back when the contract between Time Warner Cable and the cities, was written, they negotiated how much that fee was going to be. And the national average, most public access operations get 5%. So for every dollar you spend on your cable bill, the public access channel gets a nickel of that dollar. And we get 0.75%, which it's hysterical because for every dollar you spend on your cable bill, I get 3/4 of a penny. So
Now, who gets the rest of that 4.25%?
No. The cable company charges it to the customers. If you look on your cable bill, and I don't have one handy because I pay it at Cheshire TV.
Right.
Cheshire TV pays the cable company for public
cable
access,
system.
which is just bizarre to me. But you pay that to Time Warner, they pay that to the city, and because we have a contract with the city to provide operations of the channel, they give it to us. But the point is that...
But hold on now, Time Warner gives the city 5%, right?
No.
okay.
Time Warner gives what you pay. So you pay
okay.
0.75%. Time Warner, you give it to Time Warner gives it to the city gives it to us.
Oh, I understand. So in order for
It's not like the
us to
city
get
is
more
keeping
money,
the city's not keeping 4.25%. In order for us to get more money, over time we have to raise that access fee. So eventually, I would like to see
that
for
means
every
pissing
dollar you
off the
spend.
cable customers, right?
Well, but
because
think
it
about
goes
this.
up that little bit.
Think about this though. If the average cable customer, I mean, a nickel per dollar, that's not a lot.
No, that's not a lot.
I mean,
at
I know
all.
this is New England, but it's still not a lot. But for your nickel, you're getting city council meetings, school board meetings, local sporting events, college sporting events, stuff like this, stuff like No Spin.
Lucas show.
Yeah, Lucas Show. That's what that money pays for. Yeah. Right now, there are no public access operations in the country that I'm aware of, and I do a lot of research. There are no public access operations of this size producing, I mean, we have 7 cameras. 7 individual people from the community can come in at any given day. 7 people can walk out of here with a camera to videotape their kid's chorus concert or their softball game. And most public access stations with that kind of inventory are getting 200, 300, 400 grand a year.
Right.
So there's no public access channel in the country that does what we do here on the money that we have. I mean, again, let me just be clear. We're talking about $50,000 a year. There are executive directors in towns this size. Their salary is $100,000, and then there's another operating expenses are another $200,000. So,
Right.
I'm proud of what we do on what we have, but I work a lot of hours, and if I were to go and, well, I wouldn't buy a bottle of water, but every microphone, every roll of tape, every Post-it note that I buy, I have to think long and hard about. Will that cause me a problem down the road?
Right.
And every minute that I spend having that conversation with myself, I'm not spending teaching middle school kids how to edit or teaching high school kids how to operate cameras so they can produce their own basketball games. So that's clearly not what I should be doing with my time.
Right.
So send money.
We have Justin on the phone. Justin, you're on.
Justin.
Hi.
Hi, Justin. What's up?
I have a suggestion for your money problem.
Okay.
A telethon.
A telethon.
A telethon. Yeah. I think I
Well, it's
mentioned
interesting
that.
you should bring that up, Justin.
Yes.
We actually have a fundraiser in the works.
Should I? we'll
Yeah,
go into that.
let's show the poster.
Yeah,
'cause
we'll talk about that right now, Justin.
I'm really
Thanks.
happy about the poster because we just got this today.
This
was
is the new fundraiser.
a volunteer designed the poster, and a very cool local company called Silver Direct helped us polish it up and gave us some outstanding service and prices on getting them printed.
It's a great looking poster.
The show is it's a talent and variety show, and it's not like American Idol where there's judges and there's not a mean judge and there's no crying, I hope. Basically, anybody who wants to perform can register to perform in the show. Registration costs $20. There's no audition, so if you pay your $20, you get to be in the show. All of that registration money gets pooled together. We do the live show with a live audience, and it's broadcast live. The live audience and the home audience votes, and they're basically voting for their favorite performer from that show. And the top vote getter and the two runners-up then split that prize money. So if we get the right number of contestants, and basically what it comes down to is if you come in and you're in the show and the audience likes you the most, you get like $250. And if you didn't get the $250, 2 weeks later you can come back and do it all over again, and maybe you get the money.
Try it again.
So I think it's going to be, I really hope that it goes over well, because anybody who has a talent or wants to perform can perform for a really reasonable entrance fee, and they stand to win considerable money, and they get exposure throughout the community. The members of the public can come and see this show, which is a family-style show. There's no blue material or, juggling chainsaws or anything, offensive or dangerous. And so you can take your kids to see a show, like a variety show with community members for $6 a person, which, you can't do anything for $6 a person. And we're also allowing other nonprofits to provide concessions, selling snacks and hot dogs, popcorn, whatever, and that nonprofit gets to keep 100% of the money that they make. I would like my audience to be able to have popcorn or a hot dog or a hamburger while they watch the show, but I don't want the hassles and headaches of running a restaurant on top of a TV station.
Plus, it gets the word about the nonprofit organization.
Yeah, well,
out
sure,
to
obviously.
the public.
If any nonprofit that wants to do that, they have to coordinate with me, obviously. They don't just show up that night.
Right.
But they have an event ready-made that they can, basically the cost of food, They get to make some money for their charity or their organization, whatever it is, and not have the headache and hassle of putting on an event. And this is every 2 weeks, starting March 4th. So if it goes well, if the community supports it, it could go on for a very long time. And obviously, we are raising money, so any business that wants to own it, and I'm going to make up a name, Bob's Vacuum Cleaners could be Bob's Vacuum Cleaners Superstar Show. That would be a pretty significant sponsorship, but we can also talk to businesses about lower level sponsorships. So
Yep.
everybody wins.
Yes, and it sounds like a great show. Now, how often will the winner will come back the following show and basically be the headline act for the night?
Yeah, the winner, excuse me, the winner will, the three top vote getters, because it's a live show, will take votes from the viewing audience, but the show will run more than just that one time. So over the course of 2 weeks, people can vote throughout that 2 weeks. So if you don't catch the show on Sunday, you can vote on Thursday. At the end of that 2 weeks, the three top vote getters will be invited to come back to the show, and at the very top of the show, they will have a drum roll or whatever, and we'll announce who the winner is, and that person will get, immediately they'll get that prize, that check. And the two runners-up will also be there, and they'll get their checks, and the top winner will be invited to perform at no registration, just kind of a, thanks for voting for me, now here's a little song or a magic trick or whatever. And then at some point throughout that show, if the runners-up are interested, they could also perform. And they would be eligible for the prize from that show as well.
Oh, the runners-up will be eligible for the prize.
If they choose to perform, they pay the registration fee, just like everybody else, and they're eligible for the prize. The only people that aren't eligible to come back to compete again are the winners.
Now,
at the end of the season, we'll have like a Super Duper Star show where the winners all can come back and compete against one another. It's not an original idea, but
No,
it's
a good
not
idea,
American
though.
Idol.
It's a good
not,
idea.
And I think it's
so
better
if
than
you-
doing an auction or a
If you win
telethon.
the grand prize, you won't be eligible to win the grand
Right.
prize
If
again
you come
for
and
the entire
sing, you
season.
can't come back 2 weeks
still
later
have
and
a
compete
caller
again
on the
until
line,
the end of the
guys.
season.
Okay.
What? Oh, Justin? Okay, so did you get all that?
Yes, but what I was thinking is more like you offer like packets of like maybe movies or books, and if someone donates $20, they get a package, and if they donate 30 or 40,
Like public broadcasting.
Oh,
does.
sure. I would be more than willing to do an auction. I got to be honest with you. When I started the process of talking about how can we raise money, how can we get the community involved, etc. Sure, having a telethon or an auction came up, but obviously we need money here. If this goes well, the money will flow, and the community gets a show every 2 weeks, and people win money, and everybody wins. If I just go on camera and beg for money, I might get the money, I might not. But as a television consumer, I'm not interested in watching somebody beg for money.
Right.
If I don't have it to give, watching them beg isn't going to change anything. And I don't know that I would donate $20 for a movie ticket that I can buy for 10. And on top of that, in case you've never been told, I work a lot of hours. If I could carve another 15 hours a week out so that I could go ask businesses to donate these things, I would. But the way I'm doing this, every single member of the community gets something out of it. So if this doesn't work, maybe we'll do a telethon.
Right.
Or, Justin, if you want, you're welcome to, if you want to bring all this stuff to me and we can do an online auction, you can do it. Go right ahead. You're a member of the community. You can help out.
Okay. All right, good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks for calling, Justin.
Bye, Justin. He's a nice guy.
He's a good guy.
I met him at the music festival.
Oh, that was the first time you met him?
Mm-hmm.
I met him 1 week down here at lunchtime, real brief. He wants to get together and talk to me about being a guest on the show. But I know that I don't have 2 or 3 hours to talk to him about what he wants to talk about for an hour.
Well, that's a passionate
and
individual.
And he loves to talk, and he loves to get his
He
his
does
voice
it. He
out.
has a lot to say, and the stuff that he has to say is interesting.
Yeah, yep.
And we're actually airing a program right now that Justin submitted, I think.
the
Yeah.
Let's Write Torah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So there you go. Community programming.
Yes, yep. Everybody's in the club that wants to be.
Everybody can be in the club that wants to
Some
be.
people
That's
don't
right.
want to be in the club, and I can't understand that
Oh, it's a great club.
because this is
There's food, comedy, music,
Hear this,
dancing,
wow. We-
Santa Claus.
We did sweat the food tonight, though, didn't we, brother?
Yeah, but it showed up.
Showed up. They're an awesome bunch out there. Oh, we got our little friend back there. Isn't that cool? I mean, these
Okay.
guys, they goof all night in here. It's,
Well, hey,
it's what
they're
they
having
do.
fun. That's what counts.
Yeah, yeah. My whole band of merry men and women. So I've got. I'm going to answer some phone messages here that we took this week.
Are we out of time already? Holy cow.
Okay, this is from Richard, and it's a question for you. How do you like being on TV as a guest?
It's weird.
Since usually you're working off camera.
It's weird.
It's weird.
I've been doing this more or less off and on my whole life, and it's a totally different feeling to be in there. It's much, much more difficult, but you're in complete control of everything. And sitting out here, if the lights flicker, I don't want to sit here and let them flicker. I want to fix it.
We'll handle it.
No, I know, but I'm answering the question. That's what it feels like. It feels weird. It feels weird to just sit still for this long
And you've done the circuit, the Cheshire TV circuit.
Yeah, I know.
the
Well,
last
interestingly
couple
enough,
weeks.
see, I knew you'd give me a chance to mention this. Randy and Chris haven't invited me to be on their show. It hurts my feelings. Just a little tear right here.
Maybe you're not political enough for 'em.
We've done an awful lot for Randy and Chris. I'm very political. We've done an awful lot for Randy and Chris. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not their audience's style.
I don't know.
Maybe if I started wearing a tie. Or not. Maybe I'll just put a camera in the control room next time they do their show and I'll just take over.
See, because I've seen shows here on Cheshire TV, and I've heard other people say, maybe we should show our crew or something. Sorry, already been done.
Well, everybody can do whatever they
you
want.
can, but it won't
Everybody
be
can
as
do whatever they
won't be
want.
as groundbreaking.
Not to badmouth Randy and Chris. I just like to pick on them and tease them. I mean, it's no great accomplishment that my own wife had me on her show, which is funny.
They strike me
because,
as they're so uptight
well,
that it's unbelievable. I mentioned at the Pumpkin Fest, they had one little segment. They were scrambling to get a guest for. I said, Chris, I'll sit up there and chat with you for a few minutes. Oh, God, we don't know if we can trust you. Now, come on. That's uptight.
hey, people think I'm uptight, so I mean,
Sometimes you are, when you have to be. I mean, I've seen you in a bear of a mood 5 minutes before a show. You know?
Well,
and 5
everything-
minutes after the show's over,
I'm fine.
it's happy-go-lucky.
It's my fix. It's my crack.
That's the way I feel, too. I struggle all day at work and get so
See,
fed
that's
up.
something else that I this is actually kind of cool because I get to talk to everybody instead of one person at a time. All day long, I talk to one person at a time.
Right.
And I always tell people that it just amazes me that you work a full 40-plus hour a week, just like everybody else. I mean, you don't work part-time somewhere. You have a full-time job.
Yeah.
And you come in between your show and helping out on other stuff, like we did the Nutcracker. You know, a lot of people thought that was really cool, but a lot of people don't know that that was a 12-hour day, and you were there the
12-hour day,
whole
it was-
time. And
But
you
fed
come
us.
you come in and do this show every week. You know, you were here yesterday for a couple hours putting together your set, and you're here
Oh, it's
today
a
for
couple
3 or
hours
4
the day
hours.
before. It's a couple hours.
It's hard
either
work, but it's
Monday or
rewarding
Tuesday.
and it's fun. I mean, you wouldn't
Right.
do it otherwise.
No, I wouldn't. And you know, without this crew, I wouldn't do it.
Well, you could lose a couple of them. Some of them are
That's
dead
why.
weight.
I mean, I don't see any dead weight in the studio at all. I mean,
So, what other questions have you got?
this one is from Lee. Says he really loves the show and it's really needed in the Keene community. Thanks for a great show, Rick.
Was that my handwriting?
Do you think the search in Boston was necessary? I don't know. I guess it's a good thing somebody noticed that there were boxes with wires and
Yeah,
tape and
God
stuff.
help us all from the blinking boxes, man.
The blinking boxes and the talking milkshakes. Once the talking milkshakes get a hold of you, it's all over. Why is Rick against this from Elliot? Why is Rick against illegal immigration?
Whoa.
Rick, are
Hold
you
on,
a racist or a Mexican?
Hold on. Oh, please. You're neither a racist nor a Mexican. People don't listen
I'm
to
a
you.
racist Mexican.
Rick, that's the problem.
Oh,
You
wait,
know
that
what?
was Santa.
We should just tell Nate to let us push through to 8:30 because we're not done. People don't listen to anything you say. They take one look at you, they hear a couple of your words, and they start making assumptions. You are not a racist. You're the exact opposite of a racist, and you're not a Mexican, to my knowledge. So, but
I mean, I'm not against
what happened
illegal
to your
immigration.
740 guy?
Justin was on the phone. Matt probably didn't get through.
That's my fault because I was yap. And
That's
Justin
fine.
was on hold.
That's fine.
All right, I'm sorry, Matt.
Matt's cool. You'll try next week.
Have a call right now.
He may, he may. I'm going to get Matt's phone number so I can call him.
Okay.
You know,
Anyway, so no, you're not a racist or a Mexican. Let me see that card.
This one?
The Mexican racist one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What else you got?
No, but let's talk about illegal immigration because, I mean, apparently it's bad. And I guess you're supposed to be against illegal. I'm not against that's the difference. I'm not against immigration.
Well,
I'm against illegal immigration.
you were talking about this at the very beginning of the show, and I know we're kind of running out of time here, but you know, all I kept thinking was, did I hear this correctly? Guys coming across the border in body armor with weapons.
Right.
That's
And the
not
National
immigration.
Guard ran away.
Those aren't immigrants. That's an army. And we currently are trying to illegally immigrate to a country in the Middle East. So perhaps their border patrol should kick us out.
Yeah,
and
wouldn't
then
that
those
be
guys can come home and.
How many times did we illegally immigrate? Me and Bruce were talking. This is great because me and Bruce were talking about the Spanish-American War. I thought that the Spanish had attacked us. Bruce informed me that no, that was when we took control of Texas because we needed Texas. So we took Texas. And my
gonna run out of
immediate
time.
thought was, if
We've
we
got
didn't
one more
win,
card there.
if we didn't win that war, President Bush would be a Mexican.
Well, Rick's not a racist. He's anything but a racist.
I don't know. I think it's funny if people think I'm a racist.
Yeah, Rick's not a racist.
I mean, I don't know. I just can't figure out why people can't just, I do my thing, you do your thing, because I could care less what you do. I got an email from Justin, and it's talking about the whole abortion deal. And, I don't really want to talk about abortion because it in no way affects my life. So that's the way I feel. If something doesn't affect me personally, I could give a crap, until it affects me.
I don't know how I could do anything but agree with that.
I mean, granted, if I was pregnant, I would hope maybe abortion would be legal.
Well, you've been married, right?
I was married, yeah.
You've got children.
Yes.
And so you're qualified to discuss it, but what you're saying is it has no bearing on your existence now.
It has no bearing on anybody's existence except the person that's going to get the abortion and the people directly involved. I mean, it's not up to
And honestly,
church
it's this,
or-
and not to, nothing against Justin, but there is a small part of me that just wonders, is this really the right venue for that conversation? In fact, I would strongly encourage Justin, who has a lot of things to say about a wide variety of morality topics, to come down here and have a show of his own about those kind of
those topics.
topics.
Exactly.
I mean, you
That
can
would be a
take whatever
great
phone
idea.
calls you want, but I don't think anybody tunes into the Rick Blood show to see a morality debate, you know? And,
no, I'm not very moral.
you know, people don't tune into your show to see certain things, but that's the sort of thing that that we don't have in this community. We don't have, we've got a Randy and Chris, you know. There's not really a lot of room for another political talk show.
I would be
And-
more than happy to direct a show that Justin, if Justin wanted to come down here and make a show, I'd be more than happy to help him out with it. We're getting towards the end of the show. All
Okay.
these guys are
Well, I
all
can't tell if he's trying to tell me
distracted,
something or if he's
yeah,
just trying to make me
well,
distracted.
He's just kind of goofing.
Well, I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to talk to Matt. Now I'm starting to trying to remember what comes on at 8 o'clock and see if we can't just push into like 8:15, 8:30.
Oh,
But
I
no.
don't know, man. I don't know. My crew's ready to go home.
Let's go.
My crew's, Bruce and Andrea get tired in there. Bruce works hard, and you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you
Oh,
were
no,
doing.
that's-
Oh,
Bruce does way
I
more
get
than
it.
that.
No, I know.
gotta
I'm
do,
just,
I gotta
I'm
do
just,
my closing.
I'm
later.
just teasing. All right, I'll quiet down and drink my water.
If you want to email me, email is
Send money.
it's on headforlaughs@hotmail.com.
Send money.
Send money to Cheshire TV. I want to thank Lee. I want to thank Ben,
Send
Eric,
money.
Ryan, Mike, Bruce, Jane, Andrea, and Lisa on phones.
Send money.
Thank my sponsors, the 419, Mom's Tattoo, Green for Life.
Send money.
Please send money to Cheshire TV.
Seriously, CheshireTV.org
Lee
is where you can get all the information you could ever possibly hope to get about Cheshire TV.
Come down here. Make
We
a
are
show.
here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And if you have any talent or think you have any talent, come be on the Superstar Show. Win money, and you can donate it.
To Cheshire TV. If I ever win Megabucks, we're going to have our own satellite. You just wait. Then we'll be launching it.
Now we say goodnight, everybody.
We can say goodnight.
Thanks, Rick.
See you next week. Bye, Coach.